Welcome back, everybody, to another exciting episode of the Back from the Grid podcast. It is your host here with the most, Matthew, with your other co-host, Cody. Cody, how you doing today?
Hello.
Hello, everybody, and we've got a lot of stuff planned out for today. We might go off the rails a little bit. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, Cody, how has your week been since the last podcast? How was your Thanksgiving? And what have you been up to?
Just like Thrillville. Off the rails.
Off the rails. Oh, my God, I love that game.
I've been doing pretty okay, Matthew. College is wrapping up, and I've got all my big projects out of the way, so it's really nice. And the games I've been playing, I already told you, but I've been playing way too much Beat Saber.
Oh, yeah. Everybody, before he started this podcast, he said that as soon as he got his new headset, he's been literally playing Beat Saber, like, nonstop, to the point to where his hands are hurting.
Not my hands, my back.
Oh.
Yeah,
I bet those are hurting too, though.
Well, no, my hands are fine. No, but I've been playing lots of Beat Saber. I've been playing a little bit of other VR games. And yeah, besides that, I've just really been taking it easy. I've been watching a lot of Critical Role, which is a D&D podcast helmed by Matthew Mercer and with a lot of other really awesome people and voice actors and stuff. And if you like D&D at all, you should go listen to that and watch it, actually, because it's a visual thing as well on YouTube. They are awesome. They make awesome things. And yes, I'm going to be playing in a D&D campaign here in like a month, so I'm looking forward to it. But that's how I've been doing. That's what I've been up to. Matthew, same question.
Same question, same time. Thanksgiving was awesome. So I work a retail chain. I'm not going to tell everybody what, but they ended up making everybody work Thanksgiving except for me. I don't know how I ended up getting out of it. So it was great. I got to spend time with the family. I ended up going Black Friday shopping, and I made a irresponsible purchase. I bought a PlayStation 4 after my friends peer pressured me into getting one. And I was like, I don't know. And they're like, you got money, you can buy it. And I was like, I kind of want one, but I mean, you know, $200 for a PlayStation. I mean, to be fair, the bundle they had during Black Friday, just like for like GameStop and like Walmart and all that, it was awesome because like $200 gives you 1 terabyte PlayStation 4 with like 3 games. Sign me up at that point. So yeah, I ended up playing that. I ended up, and what happened was, it started an avalanche of just a buying spree of buying games for it. I ended up buying like 15 plus games for the console. And then Cody's over here laughing.
I'm trying not to. Keep talking. You said avalanche.
Avalanche.
I'm sorry. Keep going.
Anyway, I ended up buying a bunch of video games. I pretty much plowed my bank account. My wallet is crying, but yeah, no, I got a bunch of cool stuff. I've been playing Shadow of the Colossus last night. I just played a little bit before I went to classes today.
You're playing the remake?
The remaster.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, it looks drop dead gorgeous considering this used to be a PlayStation 2 game. Like, it is, the amount of work that went into it was awesome. And I beat Infamous Second Son. In fact, I'm going through my second playthrough where I'm going to play as a villain, which, by the way, playing as a villain is way easier than being a hero because playing as a hero, you have to be careful which shots you make because you have to shoot for the legs and you have to be careful not to kill someone on accident, which I do a lot. Whereas if you play as a villain, literally all you do is just go on a murder spree. It's so easy to play as the villain. And then you get there's just way more incentive to be the villain in that game.
You've heard it here first, kids. Be a villain.
Be a bad guy.
It's easier.
100%. Your life will be easier for it. But anyway, we are going to go ahead and move on to the most important part of this podcast, the part where Cody gets to tell us the most important thing, the thing that you've all been waiting for, and the thing that you're probably going to stop listening to this podcast after you hear this.
Yes.
Cody, how many days until Mountain Blade Bannerlord comes out?
Mountain Blade Bannerlord.
Oh my gosh,
comes out in 87 days, guys. 87 days.
We're in the double digits now.
Oh, I know. We're in the end game now.
Did you just really make a
yes.
Infinity War joke?
No, it's an end game
joke.
It's
an Infinity War joke. Doctor Strange said it in Infinity War after Thanos took the Time Stone. And then he looked to Stark and goes, we're in the end game now.
No, I'm pretty sure that was in the end game.
Nope, that's Infinity War. I know this 100%.
All right, well, whatever. Still, we're in the end game now.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanos.
Yes, Mount & Blade Bannerlord is coming out in 87 days. It's really awesome, guys. I can't wait.
So yeah, we got a bunch of cool segments to go ahead and go into. Now that we're done with the regular banter, we're gonna go ahead and proceed to the next segment, which is our staple segment for the show. It is what makes us nostalgic. So we got a really cool one that I feel like will be really interesting to see Cody respond to is what video game character impacted you the most? So we all have those characters in video games that you look towards as inspiration for a lot of the way you behave in life. And I feel like there's some characters that we see in video games that we grew up playing as, and it resonated to the point of that's how we behaved in real life. So Cody, what is a video game character that impacted you the most?
So, that's a really deep question. A lot of the games that I played growing up were not deep. They weren't story games. I've never been the biggest story game kind of person. Every now and again, one of those games can come along that has really awesome gameplay and a really awesome story. I'm more of a gameplay focused person than I am a story person myself. So I don't have a large pool of characters to choose from. My first thought was Link, but I've really been pretty heavy on the Legend of Zelda stuff, and honestly, as a character, Link is basically a piece of paper. Just 2D, two-dimensional. He's not very deep. He's the hero. Why is he the hero? Because I want female. That's like it. He's just going for the princess and trying to save the princess and do for the princess. It's like, all right, yeah, dude, great. Gameplay's great, but story, yeah, lacking. I'm talking about the older ones. I haven't played Breath of the Wild or anything, so I'm not talking about that one. But
That's same thing.
yeah,
Same
probably.
thing.
My character that impacted me the most comes from the game that impacted me the most, in a story-driven way, and that is BioShock Infinite. BioShock Infinite was a game that impacted me like in ways that I did not expect. It was the first game I ever played that really had a huge story element to it, and I really got invested into the story. So when I got to the end, not the DLC ends, because I haven't played the DLC and I don't want to touch it because the game is over. As far as I'm concerned, it's over.
The DLC.
I haven't played it. I don't care because it's DLC.
You have to
add it into the main game for no cost, and I'll play it. But I'm not buying
you have
that.
the collection.
Yeah, I'm not playing
the BioShock collection. You have it.
No,
So
I don't have the DLC.
You don't have
for
the collection?
Infinite. Not for Infinite. I bought the bundle that was like the first 3 games. But anyway, the main character of those games is the character that impacted me the most. Because I'm not going to give it away. I know it's a really old game, but I'm not going to give it away here on the podcast. If you want to know what the big twist is at the end, then feel free to go and play that game for yourself. But it is a twist that my mind had never encountered before. So that threw me on my rear end when I reached the end of that game.
Oh yeah,
And
no,
it
it's
was
getting back to me.
it was like a mind. Well, okay, because I'm we got to discuss it. It's an older game, so I'm gonna talk about what the ending is. If you don't want to know, skip ahead a few minutes. But I'm gonna talk about it. The main character finds out that he is like he is the villain, because the villain is like an alternate version of himself, and it seems simple to me now because I've encountered it and I've seen other things, but growing up that was the biggest reveal I've ever had in a video game, and it was incredible. So I don't remember the character's name.
Booker DeWitt.
That one, Booker DeWitt, and of course the pastor guy, because they're the same person. Or they were the same person in the end of the game. Like I said, I haven't done the DLC, and I don't plan on it because the end of the game is the end of the game to me, officially.
Good thing you didn't play. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You need to play the DLC
I'm
because
sure.
it carries the story over and
I'm sure.
It basically. Okay, I'm not gonna say much.
Yeah. But that's mine. So Matthew, what video game character impacted you the most?
Oh man, that's a really deep question. Lee. I feel like there's multiple characters because it's not just one. If I was going to say anything, probably Lee from the Walking Dead Telltale series. And I played a lot of story-oriented games because he's somebody that made mistakes. Depending on how you played is him.
Lee's the main character
Main character
with
Clementine.
Yeah. Okay.
But he comes across this girl that he chooses to protect, and you are doing all these things to protect her. And it was really deep and emotional story for me because he went from somebody that lost everything to he had already lost like his wife, he already lost a lot of it, he lost his freedom. He was going to jail the day of the whole event. And it just went from that to he ends up with a kind of daughter figure. And he goes through all these events and stuff, and despite everything that's happened, he still pushes through. So it's more of I really admire his perseverance, and through my playthrough at least, how kind he was, even to people that he had issues with. So I really admired that out of his character in the game.
Yeah, I never played that game, but I did watch like a full playthrough, and that story was really, really great.
It was really great. You should play it, man.
I already know what happens. I've watched.
Go get the definitive edition with all 4 seasons.
Okay, so I've played a little bit of Telltale games. I played the Game of Thrones episode, but they never continued it because they went bankrupt. But there was a large portion of time in my life where I did not have money to buy video games. So I've been through, quote unquote, a lot of video games just by watching other people play it on YouTube.
Yeah.
And that was one of them.
So.
But yeah, it's a really good game and a really well-made character. No! Hold on, I've got another one. I don't know if you've ever played it, but the game Firewatch.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing gameplay of it. I didn't really care to like actually spend the money and buy it.
I played through that whole game, and holy crap, dude. That story was amazing. The ending was disappointing. But the character in that oh my god.
I heard there was multiple endings.
I don't know. I only ever played it the one time. I didn't go back and try to get
because I heard
endings.
something to the fact I'm pretty sure there was multiple endings for the game.
There might be, but I watched a playthrough of it from somebody else, and they had the same ending that I got. So don't know. But that game, the character, both of them, the main character and then the one that he talks with in the other tower, incredible. The dialogue in that game and the character development in that game is amazing. If you've never played it, go play it. But not sponsored or anything. Hashtag not sponsored.
Hashtag not sponsored.
But the character in that game, like that hit hard. That hit hard. But yes, also there's a game called The Vanishing of Ethan Carter.
I've heard about it.
The main character in that game was very impactful as well.
So
yeah, lots. Video games are very impactful.
Really great, especially when you get. There's a lot of story that can be told through it. So anyway, if anybody's listening to the podcast, go ahead and let us know what video game characters impacted you the most.
If anybody's listening. All of you guys who are listening, we know you're listening, guys.
We know you're listening.
We got a little serious there, but we're going to pick it back up now.
So anyway, yeah, let us know what video game characters impacted you the most as well. We want to hear your opinions. Cody, what are the links to our social media accounts?
We've got a Facebook page, which is Back from the Grid Podcast, and then we have Twitter and Twitch, which is just Back from the Grid. Go check us out there and let us know. And also, college is ending for us in a week, so we're going to be doing a lot more stuff on Twitch here pretty soon.
Oh yeah, we're going to spam that.
We're going to spam.
And I got some stuff I want to talk to you about, everybody. About future content. So we'll get to that in later. Let's go ahead, move on to the next segment. It's the staple segment, the game news segment. We got some really awesome news stories to talk to you guys, fresh out of the books. I'm going to go ahead and start this off with some exciting news about a game franchise that I really love. That's a survival horror franchise. I loved the first one. I kind of liked the second one.
Matthew, are you okay?
I'm just dying over here.
He's just dying, guys.
So anyway, it looks like game developer Red Barrel are working on yet another Outlast game. However, unfortunately, is not what it seems. The next game will take the franchise into a multiplayer side of gaming. I heard that and I got immediately disappointed.
We're going to have to play it, aren't we?
Anyway, so
what was that all about?
Every time a horror franchise goes into multiplayer, it immediately ends horribly. Resident Evil, Like that's when it all started going downhill. So anyway,
The Friday the 13th
yeah, but that's
multiplayer
not
game
really
worked out
survival
pretty well.
horror. That's more of just a thriller,
Oh, fair.
to be fair. Anyway, so the next game in the franchise is going to be called Outlast Trials. We'll basically explore Outlast's survival horror. You could basically are allowed to explore the Outlast survival horror universe with up to 4 friends in a cooperative experience. Red Barrel had this to say about the game. This game is not a direct sequel to 1 or 2. It is only taking place in the universe of 1 and 2. The game is not Outlast 3. They have said they are planning on working at it at some point. So it's not going to be a direct sequel, and it's not going to be replacing Outlast 3. Outlast 3 will still be coming out, and it will be taking place in the middle of the Cold War era. Players will take control of test subjects taking part in an unknown experiment. Right now, not much is known about the game other than the fact that it is in production. We will be reporting on future updates as soon as we hear from it. But I looked at the poster, and I may post this on our Facebook page and Twitter. If you go ahead and follow us on there, you'll go ahead and get to see that. But I saw it, and you know what it reminded me of? The poster reminded me, you remember that creepypasta you showed me a while back with the Russian experiments?
Yes.
It reminded me of that. Because there's these it looked like these Russian guys having like these helmets and masks on, and like they're trying to claw to freedom at this top. And it looked really weird. It for whatever reason, it just reminded me of that. As soon as I heard the Cold War era, I immediately went to, is this going to take place in Russia? Okay. And it reminds me of like, are they going to do like that kind of sleep experiment kind of thing? And they find out something goes wrong, and that's kind of it. That would be really cool.
That would be disturbing. And I'm sure because it's multiplayer that we're going to have to live stream this, but dude, that creepypasta messed me up.
Hey, I'm not saying that a multiplayer oriented survival horror game can't work. I'm just saying a lot of the past attempts for a survival horror game has not been that great. But anyway, speaking of horror games, other things. This is why I was saying I'm kind of worried to go off rails, because also as of writing this, apparently Resident Evil 3 remake. Everybody, I just want you to know, I think I've said it in the past, I love Resident Evil 2, the remake. Capcom did a fantastic job of remaking the classic Resident Evil 2. And fans have been clamoring for a remake of 3, Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. And apparently a PlayStation Network leak has caused a leaker to reveal a bunch of stuff in relation to a shop listing for Resident Evil 3, the remake, including a special edition and a standard version of the game, with a little bit of artwork. Fans, however, are a little bit upset over the redesign of the classic villain of Resident Evil 3 being Nemesis.
What's the classic villain?
Nemesis is the big thing about Resident Evil 3. So Resident Evil 2 had Mr. X. And Mr. X would, in the game, follow you periodically. He would show up in the game and stalk you, and you could not kill him. And if he catches you, he does a massive amount of damage. So
kind of like the Xenomorph in Alien Isolation.
Yeah, but he doesn't kill you instantly. Basically, he's a big blockade. He moves slow. So that's one thing going for you. But as soon as he enters the scenes, the music changes. It gets way more intense. He literally backhands zombies out of his way to get to you. He's just like, I don't care. He will throw everything at you.
Open up, IRS.
Yeah, no, he's pretty much the IRS and your bills just running at you. He'll run if he feels like it, but you can stun him and you can knock him down for like a couple seconds if you have explosives, but he will always get back up. But Nemesis is like that, but on steroids. He, in Resident Evil 3, actually proceeds to follow you the entire game. So he's way more of a threat. And here's the thing that's scary about him. You don't know when he'll show up. He will show up at, like, there's literally, I saw a gameplay of Resident Evil 3. This girl was just moving up a staircase, and all of a sudden he just bursts through a window.
Surprise.
He's like, surprise. And worst of all, he has a rocket launcher. So that's even more terrifying. But basically, he's a bioengineered weapon from Umbrella that was sent in to specifically kill the STARS task force. So these are like, this thing was genetically engineered to take out the best police force in the city. And the stars members of the police force are like highly trained soldiers. Like most of them were in the army and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy is like really hard to kill. So I'm excited for it. Personally, I saw the redesign and I didn't really have much issue. I feel like it was super creepy, and I'm expecting to be really excited for this. I can't wait for them to reveal more about it, but I need to see more. So one last thing, and I'll pass it over to Cody. This is more or less an announcement. So when we were talking about doing other content, a possibility came up in our head. So there was a board game from 1991. Yeah. He gave me like that.
No, I was just like, oh yeah, that's what, because you were talking like, I've got this big announcement. Like, what is he gonna say? I don't remember what we're talking about here. Okay.
So there's a board game from 1991 called Nightmare, and me and Cody have played a couple rounds on it, and it's been very popular in the last couple years due to a resurgence and with a couple of YouTubers playing the board game.
When you say popular, you mean like with a cult following?
Yeah, it's been getting a really good.
It's not
cult
mainstream.
Following. Well, it's not. It's been getting a really good cult following right now. A couple of YouTubers and people that live stream on Twitch have been playing it. I saw Far From Subtle with Video Games Awesome Live. We're playing it, doing a live stream about a year ago, and it's been taking off. A lot of adults have been, being like, "Hey, I remember this from my childhood. Let's go back and play it." And so, anyway, the company that manufactured it originally had been noticing the kind of yeah.
Real quick, just for people who don't know, what is the game?
So basically, it's a VHS. The original was a VHS board game that you put the VHS into your VHS player.
Yeah. Kids, if you don't know what a VHS is, it's like a DVD, but a lot bigger and worse.
Yes. Anyway, so yeah, you put this in, you play the tape, and you have 1 hour to basically collect 6 keys and head up the middle and collect a fear. And if it is not your fear, you win the game. During the game, you'll, on the VHS tape, it'll have a timer, and along with the host of the game, the gatekeeper. The gatekeeper is the host
my
of the
gatekeeper.
game. And every time he asks for you, you must respond with what Cody said.
Yeah.
Yes, my
He'll
gatekeeper.
say like, what is it?
What's your middle name?
Older one or oldest one. And then I have to answer because I'm the oldest one who's playing
Every
it.
time, he's always the oldest one. So we've played it a couple of times. We like it. We don't like to play it a whole lot because it's not much replay value.
Mm-hmm.
However, the developer has, since then, of the board game, has noticed the resurgence in the cult following, and they have noticed that a lot of people have been wanting to try it. So they have re-released a new edition of the game with an interactive app for more modern audiences of the game. However, unfortunately, is only available in Australia and Spain. However, that did not stop Matthew from getting it to
It did not. He has been working on this for like months. Like, Cody, it's coming. It's finally coming. And then he's been texting me, oh my God, look at this. And he got the picture of it and it's here.
I was super excited. I messaged the developer directly. Unfortunately, he didn't feel like sending us a copy. I was like, hey, we own a podcast. Do you want to... I tried flexing our little podcast.
Did you really?
I really did.
You really thought this is not that kind of podcast. We don't even have a sponsor yet. Come on, man. It's like, hey, we have like 3 people that listen to us on a weekly basis. Come on,
you know
man.
what? There's literally no one talking about this board game. You go on Google, everybody, type in Atmosphere 2019. You will get nothing about this board game.
Well, right now, in the future, when we make this popular and it makes us popular, then you're gonna find all sorts of stuff.
You'll find all sorts of stuff. But as of the time of making this podcast and recording it, there's absolutely nothing on YouTube and nothing on Google other than the official site. And that's if you go some really good digging.
Yeah, so we're looking into probably playing a game, aren't we?
Yeah, we're thinking about doing it. So anyway, if you guys are interested, let us know in our Facebook page and our Twitter. Cody, what's the handles?
It is Back from the Grid podcast on Facebook, and then Twitter and Twitch. It is just Back from the Grid. And yeah, just go check us out. Hit that follow, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that this and that and all this stuff, because there's different buttons for each individual site. Matthew, keep going.
Yeah, so we got a lot of exciting stuff possibly play down later the road. Yeah, that was proper English, Matthew. Good job.
Si, senor,
So,
por favor.
Cody, we got some story for you, do we?
Oh, yes.
We do.
Actually, I'm gonna do something a little different. I've got
Ooh.
some news of my own for this segment.
You do.
I do. So, as I mentioned before, I have been playing a lot, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot, of Beat Saber.
How many hours would you say?
I've probably got about 14 hours in it so far.
Jesus.
For like the past week, I've owned it.
Good
Or
job.
I had
I'm
access
proud
to
of
it
you.
anyway.
Still not as good as your, what was it?
1,000 hours in Gmod. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
I don't have a life. Anyway, so there is a headset that Matthew recommended to me when I was looking in to get some VR. Just I'm on a budget because I'm a college student and all that fun stuff. But this headset is on sale. It was originally $500, but it's on sale for $229.99 at the moment. It is called the HMD Odyssey Plus, a Windows mixed reality headset that you can use to play virtual reality. And I got it, and now I'm going to talk about it just a little bit and my experience with it. So the first thing to know about the HMD Odyssey Plus is that it is definitely a fringe headset. I don't think that it is more of a mainstream headset. It works for everything you need it to work for, but Windows and Microsoft as a whole, I think, has given up on it, which is probably why it's so cheap at the moment. The software that comes with it is entirely garbage. I have had this headset not so much recently. As I've been using it more, it's been more stable. But when I was first starting to use this headset, I had to figure out how to use it so that my whole computer doesn't crash. I had to restart my computer probably 10 times during the amount of time I've used this headset. I've had to turn the headset off and back on. I've had to re-link the controllers, turn them off and back on, and then there's just been a whole host of issues trying to figure out how to properly use this headset so that the software doesn't glitch out and screw things up. But I will say, now that I have had it for a while, it is a good headset for $230. The upside of this headset is the screen. So it is made by Samsung. It's a Windows mixed reality headset, but it's produced by Samsung. And the screens for this headset are amazing. They are I don't know the exact specs. Oh, wait, yes, here we go. So it's got 110 degrees field of view, and the screens themselves are AM OLED screens, so they have the really good colors and the contrast. And each screen is 1440 by 1600 instead of the usual, what is it for the Vive, the 1280 by 720, or is it?
I believe so.
Or is it 1080?
No, I don't think it's 1080.
Okay, so yeah, the screen resolution is so much higher than like the Vive, so the screen door effect is almost nothing. And they even have like a little distortion filter, so it makes things slightly less sharp, but the screen door effect of all the pixels is almost unnoticeable. Like, you only are able to notice it if you really try to look for it. So the visual quality on this headset is great. The tracking, it has in-headset tracking. So one of the good things about this headset is that it's very portable. If you have a gaming laptop that is VR ready, you could literally just take this laptop and in 5 minutes, actually, if you do pre-setup, you literally just plug it into the laptop and you're good to go. And you can play this anywhere. The tracking for the headset is in headset. It uses 2 front-mounted cameras for the tracking. The tracking is acceptable. It is good enough, but it is not comparable to the Vive tracking. The Vive tracking with the base stations, even though it has more setup, so much better when you're really getting into a game. But just for normal VR functions, it's totally acceptable. It's totally fine. It uses LEDs on the controllers in order to track it, so it's different than the
Kind of reminds me of the PlayStation VR.
Yeah, except not nearly as bad as the PlayStation VR.
Ouch.
Well,
Okay.
I've heard bad things about the tracking for that, but the headset tracking itself is is totally acceptable. It's not the best headset on the market. Absolutely not in any sense of the words. But for $230, as long as you have everything else you need, like a PC that can run VR, which is not as much, is not as difficult to get as you might think. The less than $300 price tag is amazing for this. So I don't know how long it's going to be on sale, but if you are looking for a VR headset and you are like on the edge of it and you're not sure, but you kind of want to get I would recommend the HMD Odyssey Plus. Even though the software is bad, it works with Steam VR, so you don't have to use the software, which is good, because if you had to use the software, that would be a big issue. But yeah, overall, it's good. The controllers are a little cheap, but you know, it's good for what it is, and I think it's well worth like $230. So I recommend it if you're looking to get into VR, and you should, because VR is awesome. And yeah, that's my news story. I wanted to talk about my new awesome headset that I have, and it's really great, and I love it. So yeah, that's it, Matthew.
So yeah,
what do you think about my HMD Odyssey experience?
It sounds like really good. However, I have a Vive, so I don't really have to worry about it.
You have a Vive, yes. But I did notice, because I was showing Matthew some Beat Saber levels, because I'm addicted to it now, and the difference is so stark with the screens. Because when I put the Vive headset on now, it's like I'm looking through a screen door immediately. But with the Odyssey, which I should have you try at some point, it's unnoticeable. It's amazing. Yeah.
So
much recommend. Really good.
Much recommend. Much good.
Much
very
good.
Great.
Very VR.
Unless you care about the actual like.
Yeah, like
tracking.
If you're trying to do Expert Plus stuff on Beat Saber, just don't.
Just don't even try.
I can do Expert stuff, but it like
doesn't work great.
Every 10th swing is off sometimes. Anyways,
he comes in here. We were playing a Beat Saber match before it started. He's like, "Oh my god, yours is so much better."
The tracking is amazing on the Vive. But Matthew has told me I can upgrade to Vive tracking with my Odyssey. So
yeah. So you have that path of upgradability. So if you decide to do it, and it will still be cheaper than if you were to decide to get a Vive Pro.
I think what I'll do,
audio strap.
What I'll do is just like wait until I'm, get out of college and have establishment, and then probably just go for like a Vive. What's the new Steam? No, not Vive. Steam
Index.
I might try to go for an Index or something.
I thought you were gonna already say go for a Vive Cosmos, and I was just gonna be like, please God, no. Please,
all right, Matthew.
Anyway, let's go ahead.
Gaming news.
Let's go ahead and move on to the best segment.
It is the best segment. Thank you for
Cody only, not for me. I cry every day thinking about this segment because I always freaking lose. Screw everybody. I'm going home.
Hey, you almost won this last
Sue
one.
Me.
What's this last one's? Your internet's being a little slow for me right now. Hold on.
Ouch.
Oh, here we go. There's 9 votes total. And last time it was Doom Guy versus One Punch Man. Me and Matthew hadn't talked about it before, and it was a mystery. And let's see what the tallies are. Dun 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 dun. So there are 4 votes and 5 votes. 4 votes to Doom Guy and 5 votes for One Punch Man.
So what we're gonna do is I see some of my friends voted against me, so I guess. We're just no longer friends anymore, I guess.
I mean, that was close. Like, there for a while you were winning until I shared it to my personal page. It was like, hey, guys, you should totally vote for this.
I actually hit the unfriend button on one of them. Alrighty, guess we're not friends anymore.
All right. But yeah, so thank you guys for voting on that. We're going to get another one. What are we doing this week, Matthew?
We're going to be doing, for our Versus segment, infamous villains. So, mystery again. But it's 2 villains.
And we haven't discussed this previously. 2 villains against each other. So, Matthew, go ahead and say what your villain is.
My villain is Ganondorf.
Dun, dun, dun. Which one?
Ocarina of Time. Because you will only have... See, I would pick a different one. But here's the thing, people. He's only played Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. If I was
Stop saying Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina of Time.
Oh god.
You know what? Here, do you want me to pick something else?
No,
I got a
no,
better
it's fine.
idea.
It's totally fine.
I got a better idea. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's pick something else. I will go with
No, you already
Majora.
chose. You already chose. You already chose. But it's Ocarina. It's not Orc.
Orcarina.
It's Ocarina. Please stop. You're killing me.
I'm gonna say Orcarina.
So why did you choose
now.
Ganondorf of Ocarina of Time?
God dang it. Okay, so because it's Ganondorf. Ganondorf is like super strong. He's the biggest of bad guys.
He got beat by a 12-year-old.
Oh, no, shut up. Technically, no.
Yeah,
He got beat by Adult Link.
yeah, still.
And technically, yeah, he was an adult when he kicked his rear end.
Technically. Okay.
So anyway, that sounds so weird. Yeah, technically he was an adult when he kicked his rear end.
Yeah, technically he had his, he could drink. He was legal to drink and
Oh, hell yeah.
all that stuff. Well, mine. So Matthew told me before that he chose someone from something that I like is a big thing for me. So I also chose something that's a big thing for him that we have both seen and know very well. And he was joking about choosing this guy before, but I went ahead and chose him. It's All for One.
Oh, no.
From the
I should have chose Majora.
from the
Next time.
What is that? I just forgot the name. What is the anime called?
Oh my god.
Academy.
He forgot everybody.
I can't
Everyone
remember.
roast
I had
him.
it, but then it was gone. What's it called? Matthew, help me. What's it called?
No, you get no help from me.
My Hero Academia. Screw you. Yes, All for One is the enemy, the evil guy in My Hero Academia, and I think he's gonna win because he's literally unbeatable.
Yeah, but how many people does anybody actually know One for All?
Hey,
This is library.
hey. One for All is not who I'm choosing. It's All for One.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Oh, I'm
But
so
yes,
sorry.
so well, All for One wins immediately.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I'm sure about that.
You do realize
I'm pretty sure
you're,
about that.
You're fighting Gandor.
You're finding Gandalf. Ganondorf.
You shall not
Ganondorf.
pass. Ganondorf.
Yes.
You're fighting Ganondorf. You know who he is, right?
Okay, but Ganondorf was beat by a 12-year-old.
Yeah, but that was only
All
because
for
he had
One-
the time. That's only because the fact that he had the Triforce.
Well, yeah.
What was it? Courage? Oh my god, I'm gonna feel like
He
an
forgot, everybody. He forgot.
There's
Roast him.
there's the Triforce of Wisdom. There's the Triforce of Power, which Gandalf.
Oh my god. Which Gandalf had when he fought the Balrog.
Ganondorf. Ganondorf has the one of stone and the one of courage.
No.
What?
No.
What is it?
No, and I know this because I beat the game recently. Link had the Triforce of Wisdom and the Triforce of Courage. It was only the Triforce of Power. No. Zelda has the Triforce of Wisdom. Link had the Triforce of Courage, and Ganondorf had the Triforce of Power.
That's what I was saying.
Yes.
Yeah, he has the Okay, so
Yes.
yeah, it's wisdom, power, and then courage. I was right. Haha.
Not about Gandalf.
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 There's Gandalf over there.
Anyway, so
All for One would win because All for One has all the powers.
yeah, but he doesn't have the power.
And
of
he
a
literally
god.
beat All Might and made him have to like choose a successor because he like ruined his whole life. Like
with a snap of his fingers.
All for One. It's just not Thanos. All for One would win because All for One has all the powers and can get more and more powers.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the power of a god.
Yeah. Well, neither does Ganondorf.
Yeah, he does.
Neither does Ganondorf.
You realize he has a shard of the Triforce, right? Which
One
Yeah.
shard of a Triforce.
which is like there's three
it's a
gods.
third of God power. This
No,
guy,
it's not.
Yeah.
It's literally each one represents a different goddess. Do you not remember this? Each one represents a god.
Okay, but this is like Hyrule gods, so they're like low level.
No, they're
Yeah,
not.
they are.
They're the
It's a
ones who
video game.
created life, and
Hey.
that's an anime.
Hey.
This is library.
This is library. All for One would win because he's really powerful. I don't like
so
him.
does
Gandalf. So does Gandalf.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna post this on Facebook, and when I put, it's gonna be Ganondorf in parentheses Gandalf.
Oh my god. Leave me alone.
It's okay.
Oh my gosh. Ganondorf
There you go.
literally has a freaking literally has one of the shards of the Triforce, which grants him like powers of a god.
Okay, but, and hear me out. All for One would win because he's stronger. Anyway, but that's for you guys to decide. So, Matthew, where should they go check us out at?
They should go check us out on the Back from the Grid podcast website. Not really. We do have a website.
We do have a website. Go check it out. Oh, and email us at backfromthegrid@gmail.com.
So that was the shortest versus segment ever.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought this was gonna be the longest podcast ever.
I mean, it's still gonna be pretty lengthy. We got two more stuff coming on. Oh, right, Matthew. Yeah. So check us out on Facebook, Back from the Grid podcast. Check us out on Twitch and Twitter. I'm Back from the Grid. And Matthew, take it away.
Alrighty, guys, it's the best segment of the show. The show after the versus segment. Cody, what segment is it?
Hang on.
Play the intro.
Hang on. There it is.
LPIAY.
Oh, we need to make like a remix with that.
LPIAY.
LPIA. Yeah, let's not do that actually. If any of you want to do that, here's a perfectly clean soundbite for you.
LPIAY.
Awesome.
There you
We're
go.
gonna do that.
Make a remix. Somebody make a remix. Please.
Last podcast, I asked you guys, what are you thankful for this year? We had Thanksgiving in the between our episodes here.
We did.
So
it was very, very nice.
It was a wonderful Thanksgiving. We asked you guys, what were you thankful for? Unfortunately, you guys were all stuffed with turkey and didn't really care if to I'm joking. Unfortunately, we didn't get any comments, so that's okay. That happens. We're going to go ahead and say what we're thankful for. Cody,
Yes.
What are you thankful for?
So I'm going to be real sappy here. And I'm going to be like not original at all.
Uh-oh, everybody leave now.
I'm going to be the least amount of hipster I've ever been. Are you ready for this? I'm thankful for my family.
Oh.
And I'm not going to go too personal in this, but family has never been like the largest part of my life. But I went to my Thanksgiving for one side of my family, and I hadn't been to this Thanksgiving in years. And I went there, and my father had organized a speech, which he had not warned me about, in which he listed off my college accomplishments to my family, and holy crap, it was freaking embarrassing. But yeah, so they all got together, they raised a little bit of money for me, and it was really nice. And yeah, so I'm thankful for my family.
There you go.
I know it's really
oh,
this
that's
is like
so cheesy,
and so garbage, but I mean, that's what it is. And also Beat Saber. So Matthew, what are you thankful for?
I am thankful for my family as well.
Wow, so original.
So original.
I said it first, Matthew.
Fight me.
Fight me. 1v1 me, bro.
Oh my God. I'm thankful for my family, for specifically my grandparents and my mom. They've been really awesome going above the Call of Duty for everything that's happened with this year, and just doing a really good job of helping me out through the last couple of months of my college degree. I will be the first of my side of my family, or at least my brother and my sister. I'll be the first one to have my college degree.
Yep.
So it's
first generations.
Hell yeah.
Fist bump.
Boom.
You guys can't hear it, but we just fist bumped.
I'm thankful for the opportunities I've had in the year, thanks to my school. I've done a lot of cool stuff, and I'm also thankful for you guys, the viewers. Thankful for this podcast.
I am thankful for you guys too.
Yeah, Cody didn't mention it, but I'm thankful to have you guys. Whoever's listening, thank you guys so much for giving us this opportunity.
I knew you were going to mention it, Matthew, so I didn't want to steal your thunder.
Okay, sure, you can say that. Okay, here I'll say it. We're thankful for the opportunity you guys give us to do the thing that we love to do, and kind of make this into a opportunity to go ahead and just talk about what we love most.
Yeah.
So for that, we thank you very much. Hopefully one day we can turn this into our job and or passion. So that way we can wake up and live for our job and instead of going to job to make a living.
Yeah.
So, or whatever else.
Thanks for
So,
listening, guys.
yeah.
We appreciate you.
Thank you guys so much for listening. So, anyway, on to the best part of this segment. Our next question is going to be, drum roll. That was the best drum roll ever. So we're talking about what we're thankful for. Let's talk about what we're disappointed for, because it's a really good contrast.
That's awesome. That's going to make people feel so happy.
It's great. What video game / movie were you disappointed the most?
What disappointed you the most?
Yeah, what video game / movie disappointed you the most? I feel like we're gonna get some really intriguing answers. I got a couple things to say, but you guys are gonna have to wait till the next one to find
Until
out.
the next episode
of the Back from the Grid
LPIAY.
and the segment being LPIAY.
Lapaya.
LPIAY.
It's Lapaya.
LPIAY. LPIAY. Anyway, that segment's on out of it. Let's go to the best.
How do they tell you their answers, Matthew? You have to tell them this because they have not heard us say our social media for the past 45 minutes.
So where is our social media at, Cody?
Facebook Back from the Grid Podcast. You should know this by now, Matthew. Facebook Back from the Grid Podcast and Twitch and Twitter on Back from the Grid. Just let us know. Use the hashtag LPIAY and give us your answers, guys. We really want to know.
So yeah, give us your answers. Let us know in our social media and our comment section below with the hashtag Lapaya Disappointment.
Lapaya Disappointment. It's like you're so salty that you haven't got any responses. Just LPIAY Disappointment. Guys, he's not angry. He's just disappointed.
Anyway, let's go on to the next segment. It's the game show segment.
Did it. We need like a theme song.
God, we're going to have so much to do when we get this done. We're going to make this the best podcast ever.
It's already.
It already is. I'm sorry. Anyway, it's the game show, the best segment. It's the end segment.
With the host with the most.
Being
not
Matthew.
Me. It's the other one that's on this podcast.
Anyway, it's your host with the most, Matthew, back at it again with the white
Back
bands.
at it, bros.
It's your boy. We're going to play some Fortnite. Anyway, we got a really cool quiz for you guys today. And this is a quiz Cody should know everything about. It is the Skyrim quiz.
Ooh.
So no spoiler kind of oriented ones. It's going to mainly focus on the middle to beginning segment of the Skyrim game. If you guys would go ahead and follow the actual quiz as we go along.
If you want to.
Go ahead and see how good you do and see if you can do better than Cody. I doubt that's possible, but you can attempt it.
Wow, you've got some really high...
Hey, I'm trying to challenge
of
them right now. This is basically my attempt at trying to challenge them. So they're like, oh, I can do better than him.
I don't know. I'm pretty awesome.
Alrighty.
I win every versus segment, guys.
So hold on, I gotta get the voice ready for this. I gotta outdo him from the last time he did this, okay?
Oh dear God.
Alrighty, everybody, let's do this. I could host Jeopardy.
That's great. I'm so happy that we're bringing this back. And that it wasn't a one-time podcast thing.
It's great. Alrighty, Cody, are you ready?
I want to die.
You sound like my coworkers at work.
Well, yeah.
Alrighty. The Dova are also known as what animal in Skyrim? A. Dragon. B. Snake. C.
Snake!
Snake.
Snake! There's not even snakes in Skyrim.
Well, thanks for ruining that.
I mean, there is, guys. Totally picked that one.
Alrighty. Great job. So, C, lizard. D, phoenix. Alright, give me 1 second. I was not prepared. Alrighty, are you ready?
Yeah.
Alrighty, here we go. You have 15 seconds.
I don't think it should be 15 seconds.
Well, guess what?
Hey, 10 seconds.
Fine, 10 seconds. You have 10 seconds.
Guys, we have 10 seconds, guys. We have 10 seconds. Think
it's
about
over.
it. Think, oh, it's over? Okay, hold on.
Alrighty, Cody, what is your answer?
That's
Oh my God.
That's my sound effect for me answering. Obviously, it's snakes. On a plane. It's the dragons. It's
You
the
are
dragons.
correct. You get a
Whoa.
point.
Hey guys, I have a point now. Do you have a point?
It was dragons.
Does this quiz have a point? No,
Yes.
it does not.
Shut up.
Let's continue.
Number 2. Which are the 2 factions that are at war during the course of the game? A. Orcs and Imperials. B. Cloaks.
Storm clouds. Storm clouds.
Storm Cloaks and Nords. C. Storm Cloaks and Imperials. D. Greenbeards and Dragons. Alrighty, you got 10 seconds.
You guys, you got 10 seconds.
I can host
walking here.
Jeopardy.
It's okay. Thanks.
10 seconds is up. Cody, what is your answer?
That's my sound effect for answering. My answer is... Obviously, it is the Greenbeards and the Dragons. You said Greenbeards.
Greenbeards and Dragons. Are you sure that's your final answer?
No, it's obviously Orcs and Imperials.
Yeah, okay, that's your final answer.
No, it's not. Stormcloaks and Imperials. Stormclouds and Imperials.
I'll give you half point for screwing around.
No, it's a full point. I'm giving myself a...
Oh no!
Get off!
Get off my lawn.
Get off of my lawn. All right, continue, please.
You are indeed correct. It is Stormcloaks and Imperials.
Wow.
All right, I could do this all day.
I'm sure. It's harder than it sounds, isn't it?
Alrighty. Question number 3.
Yes.
Where do you fight your first dragon in Skyrim? A. Riverwood. B. Helgen. C. Western Watchtower. D. Whiterun. You've got 10 seconds starting now.
That's kind of a trick question because the Western Watchtower is in Whiterun. Like the province area of Whiterun.
You're out of time. Sucks to be you. Guess.
My answer is that, well, technically it's Helgen. Okay, I didn't mean to.
Which one do you first fight? Not the first one you first see.
But you could like slap you could like slap the
That's
dragon
not
and
a
Helgen.
fight.
You just run up to him, go smack, 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 smack. So I mean, you know, and also Whiterun technically because the Western Watchtower's in Whiterun, and it's the Western Watchtower.
You are correct.
What?
You'll get half points if you select
That's-
Whiterun. Fine, I'll give you that much.
All right, and you
Gosh,
get half
Sadie.
points of Helgen because you can slap the
No,
original
that's-
dragon.
no,
You can just smack
no.
him. You can just like slap him with
No,
your face.
you're gonna die instantly.
Doesn't
That's
matter.
not a fair fight.
Actually, you could take the full brunt of that dragon and it not hurt you that much, even though he's like the bringer of death.
All right, this is gonna be a tough one. Are you ready?
All right, are you ready, guys? I need your help on this one. Send me all the good vibes in the
I may
in the
butcher this
past.
name.
Oh dear.
Forald Greymane is captured and held captive at which location? Winterhold. A. B. North Watch Keep. C. Blue Palace. D. Cracked Tusk Keep.
What is a four-old gray face?
Thorald.
Thorold. Now it's TH.
Thorald. Greymane.
Wow, that voice just disappeared
Shut up, leave
magically.
me alone.
It's harder than it sounds, isn't it?
Thorald.
Thorold.
Greymane. All right, 10 seconds starting now.
What are the options again?
Oh, are you kidding me?
Nope. I wasn't paying attention. I was too focused on Gorfall
Okay.
Thraymond.
I gave you 10 seconds to think of it.
I
I'm
need
gonna
the
go ahead.
options again. I don't know what the options are.
A. Winterhold.
Uh-huh.
B. Northwatch Keep.
Uh-huh.
C. Blue Palace.
Uh-huh.
D. Cracked Tusk Keep.
Okay.
Give me your answer now.
Blue
You get no-
Palace.
You are incorrect.
Oh no. Oh wait. Now I'm correct. Because now you're
Yes.
flying off a mountain.
Ah!
I get
It is actually Northwatch Keep.
Guys, please don't like share that whole phrase because once we
We're
actually
gonna
have
make
like
t-shirts.
once
with
we
that.
have merch, please I don't want that to be our merch. I don't want people wearing I could host Jeopardy.
I would make that.
Please don't.
Alrighty, so he got one wrong. Not the first time. Alrighty. Oh no! I could host Jeopardy.
Okay.
Okay, question number 5. This
I
is
thought that was the last
one.
question.
No.
No. Okay, fine.
Alva is a vampire from which location? A.
Iva.
You know what? We're just doing 3.
Eva.
We're doing 3 answers.
Iverstead?
Yes.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, there we go. A. Iverstead. B. Marketh.
Eva.
Oh my god, sue me. C. Morthal.
Morthal?
D.
It's
Dawnstar.
It's Morthal.
You know what? You get that wrong just for correcting me. I can host Jeopardy.
All right. I think it's
You must wait.
It's Morthal, guys. I've told you already.
Oh my god.
It's Morthal.
Okay, it's 10 seconds. What is your answer?
Guys, it's Morthal, guys. It's Morthal. It's Morthal, guys. I'm pretty
Okay,
sure.
it's Morthal. You are correct.
See, I told you guys it's
got
Morthal.
4 points. Congratulations.
It didn't work.
Good job, Cody.
Yay! What do I win?
Nothing. You didn't get 100%, which means you lose.
Try hard.
Good job, Cody.
I
Anyway,
don't think either of us have got 100% on one of these yet.
no. Actually, I did.
Did you?
For zombies. Obviously.
I thought you missed one.
No, I didn't.
No, you got like half a point because you were messing around. Or something. I
Sue
can't remember.
you.
Oh, right,
I
Matthew.
shall.
I think that's it.
Alrighty, everybody.
Yeah.
That is our last segment for the day. Thank you guys so much for the awesome response we've had with this podcast
Yes.
of 3 viewers.
Hey, we're
We're gonna look back at this in a year from now when we keep this going, and we're gonna have like 100-something people.
we're gonna
listening.
have like 4 viewers, listeners,
That's gonna be great. I can't wait
Guys.
for that.
guys. No, I don't do this podcast for like recognition, but it's just fun. Like we tried to do a podcast before and it didn't quite work out, but this is like the highlight
Actually
of my week
making it
right
work.
here. Yeah, this is like the highlight of my week right here. Literally, you guys don't know, but I get to go drive to where Matthew lives, and his grandparents make me food.
That's
And
all he cares
It's
about.
amazing food, guys. It's amazing food.
Shout
And
out to
they're
the
awesome.
Grammy.
Shout out to your grandmother. She's incredible, and your grandpa, and
This will be the second time you shout them out.
They're awesome. They give me free food every time I come here, and I don't know why.
They just
But
give me
it's
free
great.
food. I don't know what's going
Yeah,
on.
but it's great. So yeah, this is great. I love doing this podcast, and I hope that you guys like listening to us.
So yeah, we've got a lot of exciting stuff. By the time you hear from us again, we will be graduated, hopefully.
Yeah.
So-
No. I will have
You
one
won't.
more day.
You won't be graduated. I will.
Yes.
I
I will
will
have
be
one
done.
more test to take.
I will laugh all the way there.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
So
guys.
we got a lot of exciting stuff planned for the future.
Things
We
are
don't-
happening, guys. Things are happening.
So maybe expect to hear from us in the future. We're not
Yes.
going to tell you specific plans until we know for certain, but we've
Yeah.
got a lot of exciting stuff planned ahead, and we
gonna be
can't wait
cool.
to share more information with you guys. Alrighty, everybody, and with that, we're gonna go ahead and end the podcast. Thank you guys so much for the awesomeness that you guys have presented with us, and we'll see you on the next exciting episode of the Back from the Grid podcast. Cody, do you have anything else to say?
Pineapples.
Obviously. Alrighty, see you guys.